Shit. Yerp, it's Perp. We back with another AOT live. I got some special guests coming in. Just waiting for everybody to come on in, who's coming in and whatnot. I'm saying? First stream of the new year. The Perp show will be coming back very shortly. I'll have an announcement for that very soon. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing? How's their new year? You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for all the guests to be in the back, and then I'll let them in shortly. What up? What up? What up, Andrea? Tony? See NATA's here. Shogun, Anime Passion. Salute, Philly in the building. Todd Smith. Maddie. Word. Yeah, so pretty much just give you the breakdown. I'm not going to go too long. Just going to talk about episode 2, 3, and 4, and kind of give our brief summary of what could possibly happen for next week, because AOT comes back. Also, The Promised Neverland comes back, so I got 2 anime shows to kind of review on Sundays now. So that's gonna be exciting. Yo, Butch, what's up, man? First time you see me on live though. What's up? I'm streaming also on Periscope as well, so you know what I'm saying. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I got some special guests. I'm waiting for the last one to come in, and then we can get things going. Just making sure I get everything about my shit's ready. Got some not graphics, but overlays and shit too. So make sure that shit is all situated. See where we going. What, Maddie? What exactly is well? Actually, you don't gotta explain to me what that is. I'm good on that information, but that's just a weird title to call any type of movie. I don't know. It's a little weird. I think I'm good on that. Yeah, man. Andre, Happy New Year, man. I hope everybody's having so far, so good for 2021. You know what I'm saying? I dropped, was it like 13 videos, 10 Cobra Kai reviews, dropped my Power review. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maddie. I don't know if man, not too sure about that one. Bryce, man, what's good? What's good, bro? Salute. I'll probably take this shit down though. Yeah, man. So no AOT today, unfortunately. But I figured this would have been the perfect time to pretty much, do a live stream, kind of talk about the last 3 episodes or so, you know what I'm saying, and see where it's gonna take us, because they've been doing a hell of a good job of just building up to episode 5, and just building up to whatever is gonna happen for the rest of the remaining of the season and stuff. It's been really, really interesting. You know what I'm saying? Where I gotta ask this question, Maddie. Where did you find that at? What streaming platform is that movie on? I need to know that. That's something I need to know. I don't need to know, but that's just interesting. It's just interesting. Of course, it's on YouTube. Oh man, Well, that's sad. That makes me like that's a sad, sad description that you just gave me. A girl who has pancreatic illness. You know, I don't know. I don't know about that one. We'll see though. Might watch it at work or something like that if I'm bored. One second. Yeah, I see. Got people backstage. I'm just waiting for one last person to pop up in there, and then we get this thing started. I'll wait like a few more minutes, a couple more minutes. But like I said, how's everybody's New Year's? Y'all enjoyed the holidays. Landon, what's good? All right, K Dot, last person I'm waiting for. So yeah, for those that are catching the replay and whatnot, um, I salute you. Appreciate you being here. Light up that comment section. Hit the like button. Eric Minkins, salute. See Geeky's in here. All right. Okay, we got everybody in the back. So let me introduce my guests. I got K Dot.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's K Dot. What's good? What's up, Perk?
Miss NATA DUNN.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Perk? K Dot.
What up? What up? And Miss GEEKY.
Hey y'all, what's up, Perp? What's up, guys?
What up? What up?
What up, Sus Queen Geeky?
No, don't start that. Don't start that here.
Who showed up late?
It's gonna happen. She's coming over.
She's joining us on Sus Queen.
No, never.
That's not gonna happen.
2021 is the year, man. It's gonna go down.
Sharon Beggs, salute. But yeah, so let's get it right. Before we get right into things, since y'all two are new to the channel, and for the people that don't know, how did y'all get into Attack on Titan? How'd you find the show? I'll start with NATA, because I feel like, is this your first anime that you've ever watched?
The Sailor Moon count as an anime.
Yes.
Oh, well, then it's my second. But as far as this one goes, what was it, Geeky? A few months ago, y'all were like, you need to watch this show. And I was like, absolutely not. I will not watch this show. And they kept getting on me. They were like, you got to watch it. You got to check it out. We can talk about it. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Let me check out the episode. And I was like hooked after like episode 1. So I binged the whole 3 seasons. And now I'm all caught up. There we go.
You avoided spoilers and all that too?
Oh, I dodge spoilers. I dodge them.
That's what's up. That because like with Attack on Titan, it's pretty hard, especially being on Twitter and stuff. Like it's easy.
I wasn't checking for it, so like I never had anything come up on my radar because I wasn't into it. It was pretty easy.
Right. So naturally geeky. How did you find this series, and how'd you get into it and whatnot?
It's actually through Ishtar, the lovely Ishtar. She loves the show as well. Yeah, shout out to her because she's the one that told me about it. Her and Ashley were gonna like start reviewing it, so I was like interested because I've watched anime before, but my first one actually was MHA, which is My Hero Academia. So I was like, I'll try something new. So I'm glad I did. I never looked back.
We're Jamie Vick, salute. Haven't seen you in a long time. Jose, I see you.
I'm joking, Geeky. I love that you love My Hero Academia. It's just I hate My Hero, so every time someone brings it up, I like to sneak diss it.
Word. My Hero's not that bad, bro. It's really not.
I never said it was bad. I just like to roast My Hero. It's fun to roast that show. It's fun roasting.
Yeah,
I like it. It's cool. I love roasting.
yeah, definitely to trigger Enrique and whatnot too. That's fun to do.
I know, right?
But
I'm about to show up.
we're gonna talk. We're just going by episode real quick and get everybody's thoughts on this. Like, so what I've really liked about Attack on Titan, especially in this season, we're seeing the different perspectives of the antagonists, of the Marlians and whatnot. Really, really interesting here, and we find out that Zeke has a year left being the Beast Titan, so they're getting ready to pass down these powers and stuff. But I really like Attack on Titan out on how they show just warfare overall, and it's hold up. Okay. But yeah, I just really like how they show warfare. Like I like to draw a comparison to like the first episode when like the scouts were coming back from from the one mission and their heads were all down. The one guy was given a piece of an arm to his mother.
Mic.
Is it my mic?
Yeah, so it's like some weird scratching noise, like.
Let me see. Hold up.
I think it might be your mic.
Let me see.
Yeah, I think it's from you. Some weird, like, scratchy noise, like. I don't hear it no more. Oh, it's Geeky this whole time. Oh, I knew it.
Is it mine?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Hold on.
Just drop back out and come back in. See if that helps.
Okay.
All right.
I knew it.
I thought it was you, KDOT.
Continue, Perp. I just wanted to, fix that because you were saying some real stuff.
I thought that was you, low key, like KDOT. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it ain't never me. My mic's solid.
Yeah, all right. How's the internet though? Nah, I'm not gonna lie though. Your internet has been on point for a while now. So
2021, new year, new internet. You know what I'm saying?
No more lag dot.
Nah, I don't know. I guess my connection has just been better as of recent.
We'll see. It always comes back.
But like I was saying, while we wait for Geeky to come back in, I like the parallels like we see from that first episode of Attack on Titan. All the scouts got their head down. Everybody's kind of cheered them on. But then you go over to Marley, they get treated completely different. Like if you're like an honorary Marleyan and stuff, like they kind of treat you with more higher class and stuff.
They treat you like you rich folk. They respect you. Basically, like Perp, when I saw the first episode and they showed the end, the Marleyans is Metropolis and Paradise Island is Gotham City. That's how the basic.
Don't bring that. Don't bring that.
You can't compare those two. But there's definitely some hints of like Nazi Germany. They mix a lot of different like cultural aspects and like historical things, like with Marley and just the Eldians and stuff. Everybody at Paradise Island. But I want to get your all thoughts on like episode 2, kind of diving into the people at Marley, like seeing how they look at Reiner, Falco's character, Zeke, how they look at the main Titans that we know of. We see them as the enemy, but they don't see that and whatnot. I just kind of want to get y'all thoughts on it. But who wants to start?
This is what I expected. I expected the people who are on the side of Reiner, which is Marleyans, the people to support Titan warfare. And as we notice, the rest of the world does not support Titan warfare. They think it's inhumane. They think it's it's unfair and shit. That's what they think about it. It's unfair. It's not right. That's how the rest of the world thinks about it. And as we've seen through some of episode 2, the Marleyans are trying to prove a point that trying to also prove a point that Titan warfare is not as whack as people say it is. I guess they're trying to prove that too. But as far as Reiner goes, because we don't get, that's the thing, we don't get a deeper dive into Reiner until episode 3. But we still see that Reiner still has his PTSD from Levi and Mikasa. That PTSD is still there.
That
And
Ackerman PTSD is real.
that PTSD there, I was like, damn, he for real scared of just them. And I like how when they did that flashback to his PTSD in his dream, first thing they showed Levi and Mikasa, nobody else. They didn't show Eren first. They show Levi and Mikasa. They show Levi cutting up the Beast Titan, and when Mikasa, I think if she was the one who took the missile, and that final hit on Reiner, man, fear those two. They about to come back with that super strength, but they gonna do some damage. But even though episode 2 was very slow, it was giving out a lot of dialogue. There was barely no action, but the dialogue was interesting. Like all the dialogue was interesting. I loved hearing it. Yeah, I mean, as far as the dialogue goes, I think this is one of them. Like recently, I just saw Breaking Bad. A very dialogue heavy show, very interesting. Attack on Titan is just like that. Just I love just hearing the people talk. Like the people just talking is good enough. You don't need that much action.
Yep. So, Nada, how do you feel about episode 2 as a whole? What's your thoughts?
Like I told Geeky, right? I feel like at this juncture in season 4, like up until that point, I feel like they were pushing really hard to get us to see things from the other side, and it wasn't working for me. Like it sucked because it was like Nazi Germany where the Eldians are like tripping over themselves to serve the Marleyans. And I think that's trash. You know, they treat them like second-class citizens, and unless they are, engaged in the war in some kind of way. I just think that's trash. I don't like Gabby. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now.
You're not the only one.
That's so interesting because like a lot of people are becoming fans of Gabby, but like a lot of people I know that already are like have read ahead in the manga and stuff are saying that people are gonna hate Gabby. So you might be onto something.
Yeah, and I see a comment from Bond Miller says that Gabby's like a female version of young Eren. I don't get that because I think Gabby's a little too self-assured to be like Eren. Eren was like he had his moments of insecurity. Gabby's like, I'm that bitch, and like y'all can't do nothing about it. It's a given. I'm gonna be the next Titan. So she's just a little too much for me.
Yeah, I think the comparison comes in with just like the way that they go about certain things. Like how Eren was when he was younger. He was just kind of like naive and very like headstrong and stuff about certain things, and very loud mouth and whatnot. So I guess that's where the comparison comes in. There are definitely like comparisons to like the characters we follow and stuff, but they're definitely their upbringing was different. But I wanted to get
let me ask this.
Go ahead.
A perfect quick thing. So is a little blonde hair kid their Armin?
Falco?
Possibly.
Yeah. Falco.
I don't see Falco as an Armin. I don't
either.
Which one would y'all compare him to? He's definitely not a Mikasa.
He's definitely like I would say as far as how he feels.
He's Bertolt. He's Bertolt. That's how he's kind of like a Bertolt.
Because like the way he acts towards Gabby, it's definitely like a Mikasa type of thing. That's what like they kind of switch roles a little bit, but Falco is a very interesting character. I think he's going to be a wild card in this whole season because we see him at the ending and whatnot. We see him. That's the first person we see in the trailer, and like I said, we'll get into that when we get to like episode 4. But I wanted to get Geeky's thoughts on episode 2.
I liked the episode, but I had to get used to it. I had to get used to diving into the Marleys, the Eldians, their life. I had to get used to it because we're so used to having and being at Paradise Island. It was a switch up for me, but I mean, as it went on, I'm liking it because I know it's going to be like a slow burn coming. But I've got to get used to it. But like Nada said, I don't like Gabby. I feel like second episode as well just cemented it for me. Girl, she's off her rocker, and I do see some comparisons with Aaron as well. Again, just how they kind of like naive, like you guys had said, and kind of like they really go for what they go for, and I'm very interested. Second episode did get me intrigued though, but yeah.
Well, if I can add, I will say that this far into the season, at 2 episodes in, it did cause me, and I can't remember me and Geeky talked about it, but now it's like, well, who's on the side of right? Because now you see it from both perspectives. Now I still feel like it's wrong because the Marleyans have the aliens fighting against themselves. Like the brainwashing is so, I don't know, it's so strong, and like they look at them as devils when they're the same. So it's crazy to me.
And I'm wondering, because even going back to what Zeke said at the end of the first episode, he's like, "War is an ugly." Well, I'm paraphrasing. War is ugly and whatnot. And I'm wondering what he's planning, because he's probably got his own little side plan. Because they were listening in their conversation with it, talking about the Tybird family and saying like, "Not in this room." So I'm wondering if he might have something up his sleeve.
He definitely
he might be doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Zeke need to be working on how is he going to fight Levi. That's what he needs to be working on.
Man, I can't wait to get to that. Like when we see Levi, like that's a round 2 I definitely need to see, because I definitely think it's gonna go in a different direction. I don't think it's gonna go the way that people think it's gonna go. But going to episode 3, which is my favorite episode out of the 3, because we finally get Reiner's backstory. And we get the Aaron reveal and stuff, but let's just talk about Reiner's backstory, because it's so interesting to me just how all these events are his fault. Ever since the very first episode, because we thought that was their whole plan, just kick down the door and just let all the Titans in and stuff. But no, that was just them acting on their own. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into that though, it's just like just who he was as a person before he came over to Paradise Island, and how determined he was. And I would say that's where you see the parallels between Reiner's character and Aaron's character. They're very similar as far as like they were both looked at as weak characters, but now looking at them now, it's completely different. We see younger Annie. That flashback was just amazing. I love in the beginning of the episode that you get a whole rundown of all the different Titans and stuff. Sort of like the scene out of Guardians of the Galaxy when they're just like doing the lineup and stuff and whatnot. It was kind of gave me those vibes. But starting with KDOT, how did you feel about this third episode getting Reiner's backstory and whatnot?
Hey, you want to know what? I didn't know Reiner used to be a little snitch, but I did not know. I was actually kind of dang. Respect just kind of dropped. But no, I still like Reiner. It's just that finding out that Reiner was never destined to ever get the Armor Titan, and Reiner being told like, yo, this ability was not meant for you. I only gave it to you so I can save my brother, because I know something bad is gonna happen to my brother. But I want this bad thing to happen to you because you are disposable. Just like how Reiner's dad saw Reiner as kind of like disposable and kicked him to the curb and shit. Like, I don't care about you, son. It's Reiner as a character. He's not. It's just that aspect about Reiner not really getting what you think he's like, getting all these achievements and stuff. Like, a lot of this stuff has been through misfortune or people trying to do him dirty. Like the brother who was the Jaw Titan, the guy with the Jaw Titan that only let Reiner get that power because he didn't want his brother to go through none of the hardships that Reiner was gonna have to go through and deal with. Yeah. So it made Reiner into a tougher person overall, but like Reiner out of his friends, Bertolt, which is dead, and has been hit the most. He's going through the worst. He's going through the worst because I'm be honest with you, like the Marleyans kind of did Reiner dirty too. I ain't gonna lie, they did him dirty.
Kind of.
Right. So
Yeah.
I want to get Geeky's, thoughts on episode 3 now, going into this episode, getting his backstory and seeing what he went through and whatnot.
You guys know I don't like Reiner. Like I have a love-hate relationship with him. But I love this episode. I really did. I love seeing how he's so conflicted, but it's amazing to watch because it's like you just don't know what he's gonna do, because we see in several times within the episode he's kind of like in these vulnerable states. But then when he gets beat up by Annie, which I love seeing that as well,
Yeah.
and it's like something snaps, and then like he's getting beat up, but then he's like trying to strangle her right after, and it's just like it's crazy to see this character, but I love to see it, and I don't know, he's kind of growing on me, and I don't like it, but yeah, I like to see it, but I'm looking for more, but I really believe like we're gonna see something like I don't know if it's gonna be a change up on him as well, because he's kind of like had a redemption arc, but yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what's gonna happen with him.
Okay.
Can I say? Oh, go ahead, Nada. Go ahead, Nada. It's Nada's turn. I forgot. I'll go after Nada.
Dang, KDOT, chill out, my brother.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nada. Go ahead, Miss Nada.
Plenty of ALT to go around. As far as this episode, like Geek and I said in our reviews, I still feel like it's very dialogue heavy and backstory heavy on the other side of things, and they're trying really hard to, I think, make the audience sympathize with Reiner and his team, and it's not connecting with me. Like I do feel that he has a lot of like PTSD over this whole thing. Like you basically give your whole life up to go fight this battle when you know you're gonna die anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. Reiner just seems like he was in the way. He got lucky, like in the end, because everybody, his other friends are gone, and he got lucky. I feel like he's still around. And everybody looks up to him on that side like a hero. But yeah, they just didn't do anything to me. I mean, I didn't enjoy it until we got closer to the end of the episode, especially with
right. We go get it sad. So
calm
shout out
down.
to Kid for the $2 sticker. Salute, homie.
Salute.
But yeah, it was always interesting to me in that episode where Marcel kept apologizing to Reiner. He's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, why does he keep apologizing?
Yeah.
And even Reiner's like, "Yo, why does he keep apologizing?" And then like you find out that like K-Dot said, he made that sacrifice. Like he didn't want his brother to go through that, and even though Galliard would have probably been a better armored Titan, we would never know because now he's the Jaw Titan. To see that and to see that whole backstory, and it's just like I feel like it was necessary to kind of get this backstory just to kind of see his perspective exactly like what he went through, and it does make you kind of like sympathize for his character now, which means that he's probably going to die not very soon, but eventually. But who knows? They could turn the tides. He could probably flip sides and whatnot. But that I thought his whole backstory was extremely tragic, and just the fact that Annie went to do her own thing. That's why we don't see her in the first episode. She went to go do her own thing in the underground and stuff with Kenny. I'm glad that like when I reviewed that episode and stuff that people clarified to me that no, like Annie is not related to the Kenny and stuff, and she just used that story to kind of just get intel on the founding Titan and stuff. Which because I would have been like, yo, Annie's way too OP to be like a female Titan in an Ackerman. That's just that would be a problem.
Yeah.
But now let's get into
Well, I wanted to bring up some. All right,
go ahead.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Well, help me remember some things. I got confused. So in episode 3, the person who was the Jaw Titan, that was the previous Jaw Titan, right?
Yeah, that was Galliard's older brother. Yeah,
Okay.
and he was the leader too. That's the other thing that fucked up the plan.
Just making sure, because I wanted, in my honest opinion, I think I didn't like the way they took out the Jaw Titan. In my honest opinion, he just got ate up by a random miscellaneous Titan. I think
It
they,
was
I think
no.
they should just,
Random.
I think they should just wrote the Jaw Titan out of that whole scenario in general and just kept it
But no,
Annie.
that sets up. But that whole scenario sets up your Mirror's character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, last season.
If you
Yeah,
would
I
took
mean,
her out and took the whole Historia,
I just wish the guy. I just wish the Titan shifter got taken out a better way. Random Titan just came and chomped him up.
but that's
But
the
it's,
thing. Like they didn't have no time to react, bro. Like imagine you're in that situation as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and they've never really seen Titans like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but they
They
turned the
come out
Titan.
of nowhere. You gotta think fast. Like you gotta think fast. They don't got no time to transform or none of that shit. They don't. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's why you carry that knife on you so you can cut that thumb.
Yeah, but they weren't battle hardened by then. They were still naive and
Yeah.
young to
that's true.
everything. When it happened, they did what anybody else would know doing. They froze.
They were 10, 12 years old. They
Yeah.
like put yourself in those shoes. You're not gonna react like you know what I'm saying. But
Hey,
let's
I
get
bet
into
I bet you if Annie was in Reiner's position, she would have transformed and wrecked that.
But nah, let's get into Aaron's reveal because I don't know how nobody noticed this shit. Like when they were first watching this, like I saw Gene at the end of the first episode. That was definitely Gene because if I never saw none of the promotional art or nothing like that in the trailers and stuff like that, I would have never put two and two together neither. But you know what I'm saying? But it's interesting how in episode 2, Falco's talking to this guy with long hair. He's missing a leg. You know what I'm saying? And he's the only one that does not react, in any type of way. You know, say when the Marlians are sitting there messing with the Eldians that are like kind of shell shocked and stuff, whatnot.
Yeah.
He's the only one that doesn't react. So then, Reiner's about to blow his brains out, which that was a dark scene. That was really dark.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. And Falco banging on the wall, whatever, kind of stopped him and kind of like, I still got them. I still got them to look out for. So that leaves Falco to run into Aaron. He doesn't know that's Aaron. And it's interesting. I know this is going to go kind of into episode 4 that he addresses him by Mr. Kruger, which is like, my mind was blown when I seen that shit. I was like, he's really doing that right now. But that whole conversation he's having with Falco, and you could just tell that was Aaron just by the voice actor and stuff. But like he definitely changed up his voice a little bit, it's a little bit deeper. Like Aaron was spitting bars throughout that whole entire like little speech, kind of like boosting Falco and stuff. Because at that point, Falco was kind of like he didn't really have any real confidence in himself and whatnot. And I want to kind of get y'all thoughts on this. I'll start with Nada. Like, how did you feel when hearing that whole speech he was given to? Well, could you call it a speech, but like more like a conversation with Falco?
He was definitely he manipulated the little fella, but it worked. Like I told Geeky, I felt pretty foolish because I didn't realize it was Aaron until the end of the episode. Like, well into the episode, I didn't realize it was him. So I was like, "Who's this Kruger guy? And what's his issue? Why are we sticking with him?" Because I hadn't seen the concept art, so I didn't know what it was going to look like. But
okay.
I knew he was using him. I just couldn't figure out how initially because he was using him as a runner. So I knew it was something. And he convinced him. He was like, you can do this. You can protect Gabby from that. You could take this on. It's the right thing to do. All this kind of stuff. So I knew he was engaged in the war some kind of way. I just didn't know what his angle was until the very end, which made it really good for me because when it hit, it was like, oh damn. Yeah.
I didn't realize.
How about you, Geeky?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
My mic is a little bit.
Go ahead.
What I think about the conversation?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I feel like Aaron was being manipulative, but I mean, he was just kind of setting stuff up with trying to get this young boy. But yeah, it was really interesting. I didn't see it the first time I watched it. The reveal of Aaron, but yeah, it was very.
It It was the eye that gave it away.
Yeah, the eyes. Definitely was the eyes. When he had that look, I was like, yeah, that's Aaron.
And you know what's interesting about that whole conversation? That's parallel to what Reiner was talking to him about. Like, yo, like you just gotta move forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Reiner was the one that put that kind of battery in Aaron's back and stuff, and that's really interesting. How do you feel about the whole conversation, KDOT?
Well, I hope that all of it happened by coincidence. I don't think Aaron knew that Falco was going to walk in that area and see him and come over and have a conversation. I did not know it was Aaron until I got on Twitter. So I was not paying attention to the eyes. Yeah, I was not paying attention to the eyes.
Even with the eyes, you did good to tell that was Aaron?
Nah.
Oh man.
I was just looking at him like, who this nigga speaking this knowledge and shit over there trying to give this advice and shit, talking to him and stuff. And then he just says that line at the end. It says that line at the end. I mean, the most intriguing thing was that when I found out that was Aaron, then my theories of how I think the season is going to pan out even more started just like going crazy. Because bro, Aaron is inside the city. This nigga done infiltrated them. Aaron, wait a minute. Let me say this. This nigga Aaron is a full-time actor and he's dedicated to his job. This nigga took off his own leg. I don't know what he did. He took off his own leg.
He's method.
My nigga.
He's a method actor.
Aaron is tight. He took off his own leg to sell this part. Because I know he took his leg off on purpose. He did that all on purpose. All this is on purpose. And I like how they're just setting this up. And Aaron is about to give Reiner the same energy Reiner brought to them back in season 1. And show them he's gonna show them the horrors of what it means for a Titan to come break down your walls and how the roles will be reversed.
And his plan is going better than their plan. Because they're sitting back. Because that's crazy. Because he has the founding Titan and the attack Titan. That's what Marlians are looking for, and all that they're looking for is sitting right there, right in front of them, and they don't even know. It's fucking amazing. But let's get into. I think the ultimate build-up episode was episode 4. A lot of shit went down in this episode. I was like, wow. It's just crazy. Like, just them getting ready for this festival. Well, before we get into that, I want to talk about Willie. Willie is a really interesting character. Willie Tybert, you know what I'm saying? When Magath went to go to his crib and, talk to him and talk about the whole war plan and stuff like that. He got his own military, you know what I'm saying? He got his own shit set up. I want to ask this question. Who do you think is the Warhammer Titan? Do you think it's Willie? Is it that obvious?
It's that old nigga, bro. It's that old nigga.
I'm going with Willie.
I'm going with Willie too.
I'm be different and go with the old dude in a wheelchair. We're gonna be surprised. That's too obvious. That's too obvious if it's the Willie.
I think it's one of the little kids, or it's somebody we like, because he said somewhere close. But I feel like, I don't know. I think they're gonna kind of turn it on its head, or it's gonna be somebody we were not even expecting. But it does make sense that it would be Willie, just based on how he was talking about like this Titan War and stuff. Like, who else would know a thing about that besides Titan Shifter and whatnot? Or he's just a historian and stuff. But he's a very interesting character, man. Like, I think what he's about to show at this play is gonna blow everything up. Most definitely gonna blow everything up.
It is a setup. You know what I mean? I really feel like the play is just the setup to get everybody there, and then boom, Aaron and the squad coming through, and it's about to be a mess.
Yep.
But I think what this play is going to do is really show us exactly how, because like he mentioned, like the Tiber family has a lot to do with why Marley's in power and stuff. So there's going to be some truth bombs dropped. And because he calls it a solution, which is just a weird choice of words. It's just a weird choice of words. But I
don't even think it's gonna be a play though. Like, I really think it's just a setup.
That too. But now that's what he was setting up. That's why he had the whole stage up. He wants to show off this whole play and whatnot. But going off of that, we're getting ready for this festival. Everybody's having a holly jolly good time and stuff. Everything's all. It almost feels like a little bit too lighthearted to where it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this ain't going to end well.
The
Kata,
writers, the
what's your
writers.
thought?
I'm glad you brought that up, Perp. The writers did that on purpose. They made it all lighthearted, kids eating and stuff, having fun. Because what we seen. Well, do we want to get to that part? They're talking about Reiner seeing Aaron.
Yeah, we'll get to that very shortly because
Without bringing that up, the writers specifically did this episode on purpose the way they did for it to be lighthearted like that, because this is just letting us chill and have fun for a little bit. Because next episode, and that's why they took that 2-week break. Shit is about to hit next episode, and I already have predictions on how things are gonna go. But shit is about to hit. That's why they're taking this 2-week break.
we'll get into predictions, like quick predictions of episode 5. But there are so many dope moments throughout this, like Aaron meeting his grandfather. That's kind of mind blowing, and like Aaron knowing that's his grandfather not knowing that's his grandson, and just how nonchalant he is, and it's just like this is a completely different Aaron from the first season. Like he's known some things. He probably has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Like he's really like kind of just studied all this and just was really just because we don't really know how long he's been over there in Marley. He could have been there for years, 2 years, 3 years, whoever, you know what I'm saying? But it's just really interesting, and to find out that his grandfather is a patient in an asylum too, like that's crazy. That's all Zeke's fault too, by the way. But you know, how Nana, how do you feel about Aaron running into his grandfather?
It was like Aaron's sitting there beside his grandfather. He's having like a total meltdown, and he doesn't even react to it. He's just like, "All right, man." So that to me was, once I figured it out, once I realized who it was hilarious to me. I was like, "Damn, this man." He's like dedicated to the mission. Dedicated to the mission. He's been there. He's playing this role. He doesn't react to anything, which I don't know why that didn't like set on red flags. But he doesn't react to anything. And this dude sits beside him. And initially, when Jaeger came over there, I thought he was a doctor. Like I was kind of like still catching up.
I thought it was a doctor too.
And I thought it was a doctor. Then he started to nut up, and I saw the nurses like looking out the window and pointing and rushing over there. And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, he's a patient." And like, dude totally loses his shit. And he's trying to tell Aaron that he's like, "Stop, don't involve Falco and whatever you got going." Like he's trying to work to get his family, esteem built up, and you're about to like screw him over whatever you got going on. So I thought it was interesting. He was like, "Don't involve that child in what you're doing." So it made me feel like he knew a little bit more, but his mind was too wrecked for him to really put together a coherent thought.
Yeah.
Right. Geeky, what's your thoughts on, Aaron meeting his grandfather for the first time?
It blew my mind. Like in my reaction, like I was like, wait. I had to put it all together. It was like all coming together. And I was like, but wait, this and that. And at first I didn't catch it because, he said Jaeger. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was like a light bulb went out. And I was like, oh, wow. And it was just interesting how he noticed how, we could call him Aaron, but what he was doing to Falco and how to, how he noticed that. And I felt like we're going to see more. I think we're going to see more of him or something. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be the last of it.
It was interesting because what triggered it, right? What triggered him having those flashbacks where Aaron was like, he snuck that in too. He's like, "You don't regret anything?" And then that's when it all clicked. He's like, "Oh, I saw my daughter, like my son should never took my daughter, blah 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 blah," and stuff. And that was really incredible. And even before Dr. like his grandfather shows up when he's having another conversation with Falco's, talking about how he's gonna just he's gonna do this thing at the festival whatever he's planning and go home, take his ball and go home. Which I don't think it's gonna be that easy,
Yeah,
but we're just
definitely.
gonna wait and see. Now we get to the end of the episode where we get like an
quick thing first. I want to make a quick
good.
comment. You have to give Aaron credit for wrecking his grandfather without even really taking the conversation.
Right.
Aaron embodied his grandfather, and he didn't even say shit. And then Aaron did that little slick look away, like nigga.
He did do a little eye roll.
He's like, yo, bro. I'm like,
but that's why I said like it's so interesting that he used the name Kruger, because last time we saw Kruger, the owl and stuff, like he was talking to Grisha, and now it's another. It's like he's just using that persona to kind of get around and whatnot. And I'm wondering what the hell is in those letters. Like, who is those letters going to?
I think they're going to the scout. He's back to the scout. What's going on?
Yeah,
Most likely.
I think the purpose.
Go ahead.
This is what I think. So when me and Maddie did a video, we was talking about like, is Levi or in Mikasa and them like up in the city and stuff, pretending to do like various roles and jobs and stuff.
Yep.
Either Levi and them are close by Marley. They're close. They're not on Paradise Island, because next episode everyone's not going to have to jump off. So what I'm thinking is they're either at a camp outside of the walls somewhere, or they're in the city and they're just sending these letters to people within the city and stuff. But I think they're outside of the city somewhere, and the mail's going to go somewhere where they can get it. So they're everyone is close. They can't be on Paradise Island right now because that's going to be a long trip. They're all close to Marley right now. They're somewhere, but I don't know exactly where.
Probably like different sections and stuff. I just want to touch on that dinner before we get into like the ending, the the MCU-esque end credit scene, which was epic. The dinner where we see all these different, all their enemies in one spot. We actually see black people in Attack on Titan, so that confirms that there are black people in Attack on Titan. Salute to them. That's big. And we got the one chick in the what is it? A komodo? What are those things called? Komodo. Yeah. Is she? Because the only people that are like considered like kind of like Japanese are like Ackermans or like So is she an Ackerman? Possibly, maybe. I don't know. That's interesting. But that whole
there's an interesting thought. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either.
Yeah, because that's an interesting tidbit about like the Ackermans, because they're like they're still Eldians, but like they're their own kind of clan and stuff and whatnot.
I guess it makes sense as to why she tried to protect I don't know that kid's name, the one that's still
Ando.
Like, she's an Ackerman, like she knows that. I feel like they just have like a little more information, and so I feel like that makes sense as to why she would try to protect him.
Okay, so I got corrected. The Ackermans are not Asian.
Asian-like, similar features to Asian.
Yeah, because it kind of showed you like the different, but that whole dinner was interesting to me, and just how people look at Willie and how they respect him and whatnot. Even him being an Eldian himself, I'm so interested by the Tybird family. Like, I want to know the whole story and just how that went down. How did they kind of like betray their own and whatnot? But let's get into the very end of this, and then we could give our kind of quick predictions of episode 5 and then close this out. So we get to the end where everybody's getting ready for the play. I guess Willie's dragging ass, so they got time to set up, and Falco comes out of nowhere, talking to Reiner like, "Yo, I got somebody for you to meet." Setting him up. That shit was so funny to me. Just like how
that was hella shady too. He went into an alley and shit, hella dark. I'm like, Reiner, you following this shit? Reiner
But
shocked me.
but that's the thing about Reiner's character. Like he's not gonna suspect nothing coming from Falco. He likes
Yeah.
Falco. You know what I'm
He
saying?
dropped his guard.
It really reminded me when Aaron and the rest of them were trying to lead Annie down the stairs. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't transform her.
so I feel like Reiner felt like something's going on, but I don't know what it is. So
And then Falco was like, "Oh, I brought him." and then you hear Aaron say, "It's been 4 years, Reiner," and then Reiner just got like look like he just shit himself like immediately. It's like Aaron, and then it cuts the credits, and then I'm like, "Oh God damn it, gotta wait 2 weeks."
2 weeks, like I can't.
But it's not gonna be that long of a wait because it's not gonna be. It's like next week, so we just gotta get through this week. Episode 5 is an interesting title that just tells me a lot of things. Declaration of War.
Oh, it's on next episode. It's going down.
Yeah, they need this episode. We had like 3 episodes of no action. This episode, dialogue and action. Bring that shit.
Yep.
And I think what's good, like my predictions, and then I'll go around to everybody. My predictions is half of this is going to be a lot of dialogue. It's going to be like a lot of epic music playing. You know what I'm saying? I think Willie's going to be telling his play while the play is going on. You'll have Reiner and Aaron in the basement or cellar or whatever the fuck. And I think it's going to be a very not like a like them cursing each other out and nothing like that. I think it's going to be a very not I don't know what I would call it, but it's going to be an interesting back and forth because I'm wondering what that conversation is going to talk about. Pretty much, probably Aaron's be like, "Yo, we came to wreck your shit.
Right.
You with me or not?" Or he probably going. I don't think he's going to try to recruit him though. I think he's just going to let him know, like, because you remember if y'all seen the trailer, you remember he's like Reiner said something said like, "Oh, why won't you let me die?" And then Aaron's like, "Oh, I get it. Y'all was trying to save the world and stuff like." So they gave us a little teaser of what that conversation might talk about and whatnot. And I think Reiner might be freaking out more. So, and you saw in the preview that Falco was kind of tripping out like, "Oh damn, I didn't know this person was Aaron the whole time, or this guy was the bad guy that people were looking for." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So, starting with Geeky, I want to kind of get your thoughts and where episode 5 could possibly go.
I definitely feel like we're gonna get that epic conversation between Reiner and Aaron, and I feel like Aaron, he knows he has the upper hand. He wouldn't have just brung Reiner down there if he didn't have a plan, and I'm so excited to see how this conversation is gonna play out. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited, and also I think basically after that conversation, it's gonna go straight to the festival, and Willie's gonna bring out something. I feel like he's gonna reveal the War Titan, and yeah, and it's just gonna hit the fan, and it's just gonna be action. It's just gonna be a mess, and I'm ready for it.
NATA.
Is it helps if I unmute myself? So I think there will be a conversation. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be like quick 1 or 2 lines, and then it's on to the action. You know, Aaron's gonna tell Falco get the hell up out of there. Willie may be doing his thing on stage, you know, and maybe what Willie is presenting will mirror kind of the conversation that Aaron and Reiner have before the action starts. Because they like to do a lot of parallels. So I can see him like talking about the history of the war and all this kind of stuff, and how it pitted the 2 sides against each other. You know, they're the same, and then Aaron saying we're all the same, but y'all can go here and infiltrated, you know, Paradise Island for whatever reason. Like I see it kind of like parallel one another before the action starts.
Okay. KDOT, how do you feel?
As far as predictions for episode 5, well, I'll say this. I was looking at the trailer again, so I don't think my exact prediction of how I think everything's gonna go with the play and stuff next episode. So they changed because I'm looking at the trailer and it doesn't look like Armin is going to be in the city. Possibly, it looks like they're going to be attacking coming from the Navy with their boats and stuff. So it looks like he might be on the ships. My original prediction was if Armin was there, Armin was going to literally probably be sitting in the crowd, and that's when Levi and them was all going to like be at the event. They're all going to be doing their own little thing. Armin was going to be sitting in the middle. Then boom, transforms, blow everybody up at that party, and then they start trashing the city and shit and do what they had to do. But now that those predictions have changed, I think the Tiber guy is going to, during the play, I think he's going to have whatever family member it is turn into the Warhammer Titan so they can show off what the Warhammer Titan is. Not to destroy nothing, but like a preview, to put the Warhammer Titan on display and let everybody see what the Warhammer Titan got working with it. And I think once Aaron and Reiner keep getting into their heated conversation, Reiner may say something to tick off Aaron. And I think that's when Aaron's going to transform. And once Aaron starts attacking, I think everybody else that's on Aaron's crew is going to know, like, Aaron's already attacking. It's time to start. So I think Aaron turning into a Titan is going to be the signal of when to attack. So Aaron's going to transform next episode. He's transforming next episode, I believe, and him turning into a Titan is the signal for everybody else to come and attack. Because I'm looking at the trailer, right? I'm looking at the trailer right now. You know the part when Aaron's like in the city roaring?
Yeah.
That's at night. The next episode is going to take place during the festival, which is going to be at night. And most of these people attacking is at night. So I think this is when Aaron's going to transform, when he's like roaring at night in the city. I'm looking at the trailer, so I could be wrong, but I'm just trying to use the trailer to help my theories.
Where and I forgot what I was about to say, but yeah, fuck it. Actually, no. I think they're gonna pull a fast one on us with this episode 5. I think it's gonna be a lot of dialogue, but there's gonna be some action. But before we get there, we're gonna get that be continued, because they have been knocking it out with just the cliffhangers. Like, they just know how to make cliffhangers. It's ridiculous. But I appreciate everybody pulling up for this AOT live. Unfortunately, we didn't get no new episode. We just gotta wait till next week, which is completely fine with me. As long as they don't do this constantly, where they just take like weird ass breaks here and there. We can just get like episodes now up until like whenever they're done and whatnot, because they got like 12 episodes left. As far as what's on the episode list, whatever, I think we might get a part 2 of season 4, similar to what they did with season 3. Or some people are saying like they might end it with a movie. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. But like I said, I appreciate y'all pulling up. GEEKY, NATA. Their links to where you can find them on YouTube is in the description. Same with KDOTs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got any final words? Starting with GEEKY.
I'm ready. That's all I gotta say is I'm ready, and I can't wait to watch it.
Okay, NATA.
You had asked me this a year ago, like, what the hell are you talking about? But now I am hooked, and I cannot wait for the next episode.
Okay. KDOT.
I don't know. All I'm gonna say is this: y'all better be ready to cry, because some people it's gonna die that we love. See.
Levi for sure. Levi is gone.
Don't say that.
And look, wait, GEEKY NATA. When I say that, I have not read the manga. I don't know what goes on in that manga. I hope nobody in the chat talks about that manga. Keep that manga out of here. I'm watching the show.
Facts.
Focus on the show. That manga, freak the manga. It's cool, but we're on the show.
Well,
I don't know who's gonna die.
Levi gonna die. It's done. It's done. And I feel like there's something more, since we talked about it. I feel like there's something more to Mikasa. Like, there was a brief thing in season 1, GEEKY?
Yeah, I believe it was the end of. Oh yeah, it was like at the end of season 1.
There's a brief thing in season 1 with Mikasa that hints that she has something else going on, and I feel like that's. obviously that's going to reveal this last season. I cannot wait to see what that's going to be. I cannot, but Levi is going to die for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But my next AOT live won't probably be till like next month. I want to kind of be like limited to like once a month type shit until we get to the very end of the series. That should be fun when we get to the end. I definitely want to do like people's top characters, top Titan shifters. What shifter would you want to be? Because I think that whole conversation is going to be interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to what's next down the pipeline with the series, because it's just been, these 4 episodes have just been incredible. Now it's time to get into some action, some more story. What's really going on with Aaron? Has he unlocked the full capabilities of the founding Titan? Because he's OP now. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody pulling up. This has been AOT Live. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that pulled up in the chat. Perp Show season 3 will be starting very soon. I'm gonna have just pay attention to my episode 5 review of Attack on Titan next week. I'll have a date set for when I want to start that back up again. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Cobra Kai discussion as well, probably in like 2 weeks. Just letting y'all know that. But yeah, it's been a cool stream. I don't want to keep everybody too long. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to keep this at like an hour. So, you know, I appreciate everybody pulling up. Y'all all welcome to come back anytime. But yeah, till next time. I'll see y'all later.
Deuces.
Later, y'all.